Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a special reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link and my official Instagram, both listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Aquarius, I hope that you are doing well. This is a special reading today, all about what the ancients would like to say to you. I've been telling the other signs that I've been receiving some unusual kind of inklings that some of my guides have changed, and that they're ancient, that they're beyond language, that they are the originals, like before even star seeds, something so old and wise and vast. And I thought this would be a lovely opportunity to communicate some messages to you from the ancients. So I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy will be from the Starseed Oracle deck, and for the tarot portion of the reading, the Wild Unknown Tarot. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Angels, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for Aquarius, please? Messages from the ancients for Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, Aquarius. Messages from the ancients. Okay. Almost like I nearly cut my finger on that shuffle. That was pretty intense. Earth pulsing, earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother. Slow down. Time in nature. Time in nature, like literally lay down on the grass and look up at the sky. Contemplate life. Breathe. Listen to the surroundings. Take it all in. Drink it all in. The beauty, the lushness, the embodiedness, your embodiedness. And it's interesting because the Gemini reading and a little bit of the Libra reading kind of talked about stepping outside the body, into the spiritual, into the upper realms, the upper echelons of consciousness. But for you, Aquarius, the emphasis is on being embodied, being in the present moment, appreciating where you are, when you are, how you are. And one way we can do that is to be in nature, because it takes us outside of our own context. Nature has its own timetable, its own plan. Even the way that this kind of waterfall is coming down, or like a river or whatever it is, it's almost like pooling where you are. It's like nourishment. I feel nourished, sustained, quenched. There's this peace and tranquility and reverence. Spirit just said reverence. I don't know if you have a trip planned. For some reason, this landscape reminds me of what I think Switzerland looks like. I've never been to Switzerland. I have been to Germany recently. It looks like this. Beautiful. A mix of woods and mountains and grasslands and Wide Open Spaces. Spirit singing that, I think it's a Dixie Chick song, Wide Open Spaces. I don't know. I think it's Dixie Chicks, but I'm not sure. That could be your favorite band. I don't know. But they're just singing Wide Open Spaces. If they're telling you to slow down, there's a reason, right? It's because you haven't. Because something is going at a breakneck speed in your life. And it's taking its toll. Perhaps on your body, definitely on your psyche. Let's pull some cards. This is for Aquarius. Messages from the ancients. Okay, before I pull these cards, I just got a message, which is like, you know, your soul wanted to be a part of the earth school. So enjoy school while you're here. You signed up for it. You wanted to come to this school in particular, right? Go sit in the quad and play hacky sack and enjoy it. Right? That's very reductive. Like, obviously we have responsibilities and such, but you see what I'm getting at. In the cosmic order of things, Spirit is saying play in the earth school. Ooh. Okay. A lot of cards like flew out of the deck, but only 2 flipped over that time. So I have 3 cards on the table. Play in the Earth School. Number 6, the 6 of Cups. This card can talk about nostalgia and memories. This card came out in the Gemini reading, and believe me when I say that these decks have been thoroughly shuffled. In fact, it kind of irritates me when the same cards come out, like a reading after reading, but it's supposed to be there, right? In their reading, the theme was as above, so below, and part of that can be applied here. The idea that if you're only looking at surface level situations, surface level conversations, surface level emotion, then you miss all the depth of the depth and the breadth of what's happening underneath. We think about memories, right? Like exploring that. So it's almost like I see you kind of, you know, you don't have to be laying down in the grass, but you could do, right? You could be laying down in the grass, looking up, scrying the clouds, seeing shapes in the clouds, but also feeling a little nostalgic, thinking back. This could be a time of assessment for you. It's not really your birthday season at the time that I'm filming this, but I'm getting that feeling of when it is something like a milestone. Could be a milestone birthday, a milestone anniversary. Maybe it's your work anniversary or it's a marriage anniversary, whatever it is, the anniversary of something. We tend to ruminate and contemplate things from our past. And I feel that feeling right now of this card coupled with this card. It's almost like you're connecting with the earth, so you have access. You have access to all those buried memories and thoughts and feelings. You can only have access to it if you connect with it. It's not a bad thing. I don't feel like you're like lamenting necessarily, but you are in a reflective mood. You know, I'm not saying something because I think Aquarius energy is usually kind of trailblazer, entrepreneurial, progress, right? So it's not It's not necessarily your wheelhouse to just sit there and like lament or ruminate on things. It's not really the thing that you do. It doesn't necessarily come naturally. Like, I'm a Cancer, right? This is what we do all day, every day, forever. We ruminate. What are you thinking about? I'm just going to ask for a clarifier. What is Aquarius thinking about? Look at this. Look at this. 3 of Pentacles. But look at this particular 3 of Pentacles. See the mountains here and the mountains here. And this energy here is this energy here. 3 of Pentacles talks about collaboration and co-creation with spirit. This is mirrored energy if ever I saw it. You could be thinking about how to connect closer with spirit, with God, source, the divine, with community. I just heard, how can I connect more with my community? You want to be a part of something. I feel this. There could be a sense of isolation right now, but you ultimately want to be a part of something. And I want to say to you is that when we connect with nature, we are also a part of something. We're a part of the network of nature. That's why I always encourage people to touch trees. Trees communicate so beautifully. They can feel your presence. Sorry, I just got distracted. Across the street, a mourning dove flew into the branches of a tree. And I love mourning doves. It's actually, that cooing sound that they make, it's my favorite sound in the whole wide world. And Spirit knows that, right? Spirit uses the vocabulary in my own experience to allow me to channel messages. There could be somebody or something that you're mourning right now. And if you are, I send my love and healing thoughts to you. But now is this time where you're just like, I'm trying to build, and maybe you're just trying a new approach, right? And I always like to remind people of this, right? Just because you're spiritual or whatever does not mean that you cannot be successful in the earthly realm. This does not limit you. It's like, oh, I have to go, I'm going to say something very stereotypical. I have to go live in a commune somewhere in that sense of community, and we're going to be farmers and grow our own stuff and whatever, which is, that actually to me sounds amazing, but just short of a cult. I don't want to necessarily be in a cult, but it's that idea of rural life and simplicity and growing your own food and just eating well and just living well simply. That sounds amazing. But for others, it's not really reality that they want. Being spiritual doesn't mean you have to live like that. You could be the CEO of a company and still be spiritual, right? It gets kind of difficult sometimes, because we are working in the, be in the world, not of the world, that kind of sense. Like, yeah, it could be difficult for somebody who is the CEO of a company to be a spiritual person or live a spiritual life and really embody that in a non-hypocritical way. But it's funny because I was at like dinner with my cousin yesterday, and he was talking about a company that he's interviewing for, and how the CEO is a religious person. And so they kind of started bonding over that or talking about that. It's possible to walk in all areas of life and still be profoundly connected to spirit. I'm never going to take that away from somebody because of my own biases. about what I think a CEO is. But what I do know is that being spiritual doesn't mean you have to be poor or live a simple life. You can be really energetic and ambitious in the ways that some parts of the world would require. There's no shame in that as long as you're living a life that you're proud of. That's not putting harm to others, right? That's not what we're here to do, at least. That's not what I'm here to do, and I hope that's not what you're here to do. So you're kind of thinking of ways to co-create. And I dare say that, thank you, Spirit, I dare say that you are going to find that path. Ace of Wands. This aces are from Spirit. The Ace of Wands is inspired action. The suit of Wands is all about movement and action and taking action, making decisions. Even making a decision is in itself an action. Look at all the light radiating from his wand. It's like finally from this tiny, this little errant branch, there are blooms. There is possibility in everything that you touch right now. Anything that you put your mind to, your focus, your energy to, where our attention goes, energy flows, right? You point your noggin in a certain direction, and you align your head with your heart, with your gut, with your root, and you say, oh, we're going. Nothing could stop you. I have a feeling you already know that. But I think Spirit is asking you to be in this space so that when you do decide to turn your attention to something, you're very clear about it. Because we can jump, people have jumped headfirst into disaster. And I'm not saying that you're going to do that. I'm just saying that, sure, that works both ways, right? Where our attention goes, our energy flows. If we point all our attention on something that is superficial, or that is detrimental to us, or that is harmful to others, again, the universe isn't necessarily making judgments on any of this. It's just looking at frequency and vibration. This spirit wants to move in that direction and do that thing, and they seem determined. That's what they're going to get. Now, there can be consequences, right? There are always consequences to things. And that's not meant to be a warning or anything. I don't feel that with your energy. It's just, I'm just channeling. I think something is really going to inspire you coming up. It's going to inspire you to act. And once you do, 8 of Pentacles. Why did I say 10? You're looking towards the 10. You're going to reach the 8 first though, right? 10 of Pentacles is abundance of every kind. Luck, fortune, family, community, good health, everything. Opportunity. But the 8 of Pentacles, pretty good. Diligence, investment, hard work, focus. It's all about focus for you right now. Spirit also wanted me to bring up the fact that, sometimes when we take a time out, something that looks like this, it can be really hard for somebody, especially if you're a workaholic, to take a time out because you don't see rest as a productive state. Spirit wants me to remind you that rest is productive, because how do you expect to race at 100 miles an hour if you don't have any fuel in the tank? So like, for example, I would love to be able to do 3 more readings. Like the sun is out a little bit longer, and it's going to be out for, you know, at least another hour or two, and I can film. It's because I like to film with the sun. But I'm tired. I've done a lot in the past couple days, and I'm exhausted. And I'm happy. I'm happiest when I'm reading tarot, I guarantee you. But it takes energy. So after this beautiful reading that I'm giving you, I'm just going to go relax. And that's okay. So, but when you do put your diligence and hard work and investment into something, what you yield is beautiful, intricate, strategic, purposeful, all these things that a spider web embodies. And these two, it's almost like what I want to do is like lay, like let's say this was see-through, like a spider web. If I like lay this on top of this energy, it's almost like capturing that inspiration, capturing it and harnessing it. Can you give me a clue, Spirit? One final card for Aquarius. What is this thing that they're going to be inspired to act upon? 2 cards came out. I asked for 1. I got 2. Huh. First of all, what did I tell you? 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords is a card of rest and recuperation. It could not be any clearer. Thank you, Spirit. They really want you to like take a chill pill. Like really, this is it right here. Rest and recovery. The 4 of Swords. And look, like, first of all, how adorable, but also this massive light coming from the third eye. Really important. Like this energy. The inspiration coming from the divine. Being in this state allows you to calm your mind so that you can get the downloads from spirit through your pineal gland, right? So that you can receive this. In order for you to say, yes, thank you, I accept this wand of inspiration from spirit, you have to be accessible to spirit. But one really easy way to do that is to connect with nature, for sure, for sure. Last card that came out to clarify, Mother of Swords. This is Libra energy for me. Mother of Swords talks about truth teller, truth seeker, somebody that already knows the truth about something. They just want to know if everybody else knows it. You don't want to mess around with the Queen of Swords. I mean, look at her. It's like she has your number, Spirit just said. It's almost like Spirit wants to say, you're not going to lose your edge, Aquarius. Oh, that felt very on the money. Thank you. You taking a breather will not make you lose your edge. That's weird. You see this shape here? It looks like a sword. You see that? That feels significant for some reason. You're not going to lose your edge. You're not going to lose your powers of discernment. You're not going to lose any power at all. In fact, you're going to be more empowered because then you'll be holding this. Good luck with whatever it is that you're about to embark upon. It's going to be fruitful. That's your reading, Aquarius. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Aquarius.